Welcome again to another episode from Elite Legions. In this one, I will be telling you my honest opinion on the two new mastery units, the Khevetuul and the Stalwarts. So, without any further ado, let's dig in. So, for the Khevetuul, they have given them a second skill, which ignites their blades, making them able to flame any unit, even the insulated unit. So basically, if you press this skill on Reapers, or while your unit is right beside the Reapers, they will ignite their swords and strike the Reapers, and the Reapers will literally stop in place, burning for 3 seconds. Did you hear that? Yes, both the skills of the Khevetuul now after the mastery burn insulated units. So even when you use the skill number 1, which makes your Khevetuul run towards the enemy or the targeted area and throw fire or flame arrows. These few flame arrows, if they strike their targets, the target will burn 100%, even if the target is an insulated one. So again, for example, if you press the skill number 1 on Reapers, and those Reapers get hit by your flaming arrows, they will burn in place for 3 whole seconds. Just a very quick note here, in case you do not know, a burning enemy take critical damage and stand in place trying to extinguish itself. So any hit this burning Reaper will receive within those 3 seconds will be critical hits. Okay? And the Reaper will have 0 block value while burning like any other unit. This is the strength of the Khevetuul. This is why people think Khevetuul are strong, because the skill number 1 gives you 3 seconds of burning and the skill number 2 does the same. The only problem for me with this unit is that Khevetuul, when they use the skill number 1, they throw their flaming arrows. However, after 2 seconds, they will rush to the target and ram themselves into it. And that's a problem, because if the targets are pikemen, for example, that's instant death for your Khevetuul. So what I would do is I would use the skill number 1, let loose of the flaming arrow, then quickly press X to withdraw my units and prevent them from ramming into the enemy. That's 101 how to use Khevetuul. The skill number 2 is pretty effective even when you flank pikemen. So a burning pikeman is actually not in the brace state, so you will not receive damage for 3 seconds from any burning pikeman. Keep that in mind. So in short, in my opinion, Khevetuul is an A+ unit in the field battles alone. Only in field battles, okay? Keep that in mind. Why? Because you will not be able to abuse them in a siege battle. You need some distance to use or abuse the skill number 1 to let loose of those flaming arrows and retreat. You need some distance to do that. However, again, the skill number 2 is really great and you can actually defeat some pikemen like tier 4 pikemen with it. Now, I'm not gonna say Phalanx, because Phalanx is an exception, because they have another shield protecting them, like an extra shield. So let's avoid them for now. I'm talking about the Mudaus, the Halberdiers, the Imperial Pikemen, and Fortebraccios, if you can flank them. So assuming you did make a good flank, all you need to do is press the skill number 2, and then leave them for 3 seconds to deal as much damage as possible, then withdraw your Khevetuul. Because if you stay any longer, any non-burning or extinguished soldier will go back to the brace state. And if they go back to the brace state, you will start losing. Okay? Hope this was very clear enough. One more thing I need to mention is that Khevetools are really hard to get because they are in the first season of the game. Second, now they are considered to be melee cavalry, like swords or blade cavalry. So, the same doctrines that you can apply on the Prefecture Heavy Cavalry, for example, will be applied on them. That's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Let me explain this part of the doctrines thoroughly so you can understand what I mean. All of us, like literally all of us, have these mounted archers, tier 5 doctrines just sitting around waiting to be used. Sadly, we will not be able to use them on the Khevetuul. Sadly, the Khevetuul actually play more like a mounted archers than a blade one. This unit could have been really strong if they have switched the category of the unit to mounted archers instead of blade or melee one. Also, this unit could have been an S tier unit if they removed the ramming part of the skill number 1. But since they didn't, I would say it's a very balanced unit right now, which you should consider using in field battles if you have. If you don't have the unit, it's not worth trying to get. Last but not least, we'll be talking about the Stalwarts. In short, Stalwarts are the same. Even after the mastery, they are the same. As soon as the battle begins, they will die. Their block is awful even after the mastery, and they do not deal broken damage by all means. They are utterly useless even after the mastery, and it's one of the few units that I personally removed their mastery after getting it because of how useless I have seen them. Sadly, I do not have any good clips for the Stalwarts, and you need to trust my words with this, but I will just give you an example of what I have gone through. So this unit block is really weak and it breaks very fast from almost any other unit, including paladins. So yes, paladins will counter Stalwarts. Their damage and their hit rate is really bad. They are just literally here to die. So my honest opinion about the Stalwarts, even after the mastery, I would say this is a barely B tier unit that can be used in siege in certain situations, but other than that, I do not recommend the unit by all means.